my YouTube channel. I'm Marita B, and today I want to talk about why entrepreneurship actually may not be right for you. Yes, you heard me correctly. Why it may not be right for you. Now, in no way am I trying to discourage you from becoming an entrepreneur, because I became one, right? And so many people before me have, and there will be so many after. But I just want you to consider a few things, because one of the misconceptions is, oh, it's easy to start a business. Well, it might be easy to start a business, but it's not easy to be a full-time entrepreneur and then keep running your business and make sure that it's successful. There are many ups and downs, and I feel like a lot of people don't actually talk about those down moments. You know, you might see on social media where it's all good, they're living a lavish life, they're making so much money, you know, but nobody talks about the actual struggles that you go through. And I just feel like people need to know. Like, come on, I'm not trying to hide anything from you guys. I love to talk about the good as well as the not so good. And I think that's what we need, just like more realness, and to say like, hey, because if I watched a couple of these videos before my entrepreneurial journey, I might have waited a little bit, or I might have thought about it and planned a little better. So I'm gonna give you 10 things that you really need to consider. Okay, 1, the lack of financial stability. Have your money together. Plan ahead. Really consider the cost of like all your expenses and everything that you might need, especially if you're going to quit your job. I would say make sure you have a savings, because listen, if you don't plan ahead, like your money can run out fast, especially when you think like, okay, I only need $1,000 to start this thing. No, in actuality, it might be like $5,000. Because you didn't think about like all the other things that could go wrong, how you might need to spend more money in marketing, or how you might have messed up something and then you need to like buy this certain product again for your prototype, like whatever business, or you might need more inventory if you started a t-shirt business. I remember when I started Black Zone Collective, shameless plug, but I remember going through, like I watched YouTube videos actually to figure out how to start my t-shirt business. But nobody talked about all the money that I would actually spend on vinyl that I messed up. I don't even want to tell you about all the money that I spent, probably like hundreds of dollars I've gone through like vinyl, like that I destroyed. Like I could not use it on a shirt. I messed up perfectly good t-shirts. No one said that maybe I shouldn't use a brand new t-shirt to practice on. But I was like, nope, I got this. I like freaking screwed up vinyl and perfectly good t-shirts. Yeah, never again. So I'm just trying to save you a little time and money. Okay, number 2, high level of responsibility. Well, this is like beyond your job. Like if you're at a 9 to 5, they tell you what to do, they give you your list of tasks. But you being your own boss and an entrepreneur, like you do everything, you are responsible for your successes, for your failures, everything in between. If you have other people working with you, it's your responsibility to give them tasks. Think about those things. Like, are you actually ready for that? Are you a good delegator? Are you ready to tell other people what to do? Are you too soft? Are you too nice? Like, can you handle the pressure? I'm just saying, all the responsibility will be on you, and you need to think about these things. Full-time entrepreneurship. Again, I'm not trying to discourage you. I want you to know the truth, because I want you to be as successful as you could possibly be. Number 3, time commitment. So a lot of people think, oh, I run my own business, I can do what I want. Yes, you can do what you want. But guess what? You're gonna actually put in a whole lot more time and work than your 9 to 5 job. You might be working 24 hours because you need to really hone in on whatever business it is that you're doing and put all of your efforts, all of your time. Usually on a regular job, you stop at 5 o'clock, you don't think about it. No, your own baby, you're gonna think about it all the time. You want it to be right. If you need to stay up late and put in the extra work to, let's say your event planning, you're like, you need to stay up and make balloons and make crafts and things for this party the next day. Like, you don't stay up all night to do that. I'm a photographer. Sometimes I'm up all night, making sure that I'm editing somebody's photos, because I'm on a time crunch. Like, I promised them their photos by a certain time. I can't be like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, I'm stopping. I mean, you can, but no, you need to make sure you get that stuff done, okay? There is no time limit. All your time needs to go into your business, especially when you're starting out Like you want to put all you've got into it, or you might as well just stay at your regular job and do whatever it is that you were doing, because like it's a commitment and it's not to be played around with. Okay, number 4, your risk tolerance. If you are a person that needs to know like how everything is going to come out in the end, like you are not one of those people that do well with unpredictable situations and you just need to know the outcome, let me tell you, like, this is not for you. Because you never know what's going to happen in business. In one moment you might think like, oh my god, I am balling this week, like people are booking me, I've got like 5 to 10 shoots, I'm making like so many thousands this week or this month, and then next week, boom, like you get 0 clients, 0 customers, it's super slow, and you're like, oh shoot, like what am I gonna do? But you still have bills to pay and things like that. So you want to think about like, if you are not good with like taking risk and being unpredictable in like situations, if that doesn't work for you, that can be very overwhelming, and you might need like therapy after this. I don't know, like I'm just saying, because you're thinking like with a regular job, you expect a paycheck weekly or monthly or every 2 weeks, however you used to get paid. And I remember that was like a shock to me, because I was getting paid weekly, and when I became a full-time entrepreneur, like the paycheck didn't come the next week. I didn't have a client that next week, and I was like, oh, okay. But then I got one the following week, and then like it started to pick up, and then it was like up and down, up and down. But you can't like be in the mindset of being an employer or being an employee when you become an entrepreneur. Your entire mindset has to shift. Like it's not the same thought process. And you know what? The person that hired you, like they started where you were more than likely, and they had to go through all these steps and then again. So just think about, can you handle this stress? Do you have a support team? Okay, let me keep going. Okay, the pressure to wear multiple hats. A lot of times when you're just starting out, you run every role. You are the accountant, you are the manager, you are the person that actually makes the t-shirts, you're the photographer, you're the person who does like all the roles in the company, and they're like, oh, can I speak to someone in payroll? Like if somebody calls your phone and you're like, oh, hold on, wait, let me see, let me get them. I come right back to the phone. Hi, this is payroll. Like, you know what? I can't afford to hire all these different people when I get started, unless you like had a big loan or somebody like loaned you money and invested in your company, cool. But most entrepreneurs, they start out with like very little capital to do everything on their own, and they can't hire a big team. I finally got an assistant, and I was like, whew. And even sometimes it's like a little like up and down with that. I'm like, oh, I just made the money to pay my assistant. Boom, we need to do better. So I just want you to think about these things. Again, it's not to discourage you. It's to encourage you to do better and just plan ahead for entrepreneurship. I'm gonna talk about 2 more things. 1, isolation. Being an entrepreneur, solopreneur, that can actually be a little lonely if you don't have a partner. And a lot of times, like I'm in my studio by myself, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't have coworkers. I need somebody like here to talk to. Need somebody to play with during the day. Because at least when I was at my job, I had other people there, and I got up like every 5 minutes to talk to my coworkers. That's probably why I'm not there also, because I know I got on their nerves. But I am a people person, and I do like to talk to people. So sometimes I am like calling my friends, trying to FaceTime with them throughout the day, but then they have jobs too, and they're like, girl, I cannot talk to you right now. Like, I'm at work. I was like, oh, you're at work. Oh, okay. Sorry. Anyway, I cracked my own self up. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, handling fear and rejection. Yeah, like, especially when you're trying to promote a product, if you're trying to get a new client, like you have to be okay with like knowing that everyone isn't going to accept you, everyone isn't going to work with you, everyone's not going to like what you have to offer, and that's okay. Like you get like a million no's, and then before you get like that one yes, and that's okay. Like you have to keep going. At the end of the day, essentially, you just need a lot of faith. Like if you really believe in what you're doing, your brand, your business, you believe in yourself, like that's the key. And then you just have to keep going. You cannot give up, because I'm telling you that if you believe it's worth it, then I say go full-fledged ahead. You cannot stop. You have to do whatever it takes to make it to where you need to be or where you want to be. in your entrepreneurial journey. But I'm just letting you know, it's not gonna be easy, but it's definitely possible. So whatever you do, don't give up. Keep going. And thank you. I'll be back for more entrepreneurial tips and advice.